Let's start again with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes, welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on PlayStation 1. This is the second edition, released in 2001, to capitalise from the success of the first edition. I'm going to play 15 questions on this, well, hopefully 15 questions if I do well enough. Let's see how it goes. Start
Thanks.
game.
Okay, here's the first question, and it's not that difficult. How many of you want to play?
This is the first question, not that difficult. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to play as one
So
player.
it's just you, me, and the computer. Okay, first bit, if you'd be so kind.
So I've already put my name in. So what? One of the good things about this game is it does actually improve on the original in a lot of ways. It's got memory card save functionality. So, all right.
Okie dokie.
As I was saying, it's got memory card save functionality, so it saves your high scores, but also it saves what questions you've had as well, which means you don't get repeated questions until every question of that value has been answered. So really quite ingenious for the
it's
time.
It's worth £100.
As you can see, it now has a studio audience, unlike the last one as well as the fastest finger first contestants. That's a really nice touch.
In which building are milk products made and stored?
And he reads the questions for you.
Fairy. Airy.
Although it is a bit slow, but you can skip it with the square
Dairy.
button.
Hairy.
Yes, stored in a hairy. Dairy. Very dairy.
Well done, nice and easy. You've got £100.
£100 a piece of piss. So yeah, it does. I mean, all the links from Chris Tarrant are exactly the same.
£200.
There's money from this one has been earned from reading out these questions.
Complete the popular phrase, every nook and...
Cranny.
Cranium. Cranberry. Cranky. Cranny.
Yeah, I mean, reading out the answers could be a bit faster, but then this is the PS1. It is quite, cutting edge for the time, I guess.
Right, so far so good. Take a look at this for 300 quid.
2 questions down, 13 to go.
What type of geographical feature is the Amazon?
It's an online retailer.
River. Desert. Volcano. Mountain.
It's also a river. The widest in the world.
You've got £300.
It's debatable as to whether it's the longest or whether the Nile is.
Right, question 4 of 15 coming up. You're doing fine. Take your time, have a look at this for £500.
So, for 500 quid.
Jackie Stewart and James Hunt were world champions in which sport?
I think that is motor racing.
Cycle racing. Greyhound racing. Horse racing.
Motor racing.
Motor racing. Correct, you've got 500 quid. Well done.
Still got the usual lifelines, 50-50 phone a friend, that's the audience, and the great big W there.
You've still got all 3 lifelines left.
What you've
50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience.
Yeah, I just said that, Chris.
Okay, have a look. You're just 1 question away from your first milestone. It's for a guaranteed £1,000.
This is the last point where I could end up with bugger all.
Which of these words refers to rearing animals and growing crops? Husbandry. Wifery. Brotherly.
Sistery?
Sistery.
Well, this is husbandry.
Well done, you just guaranteed yourself £1,000.
£1,000 in the bank. Now you get the glorious sight of loading screens. There was on PlayStation 2 version of this as well, which I'll demonstrate because I happen to own it, and it's got this virtual Chris Tarrant. It's a completely different game. The only thing that's the same is the questions
themselves. Guaranteed. But let's try and double that with the next question. You might as well play this. You've got nothing to lose. You're guaranteed 1,000. This one is for 2,000.
Actually, it's a bit more atmospheric. That's because it actually has a studio audience in it rather than an empty studio. But I did like in the first game, it looked into the screen from the first person perspective.
What is the title for a married woman who attends the bride at her wedding?
Anyway, moving on.
Matron of Honour.
Thinking over this is going.
Best Lady. Maiden of Respect. Bride's Mistress.
you know what? I'm not sure. I haven't really been to that many weddings. I think it's... Nah. I'll ask the audience.
Okay, right, this is your lifeline. You've made a choice to ask
Quite
the audience.
embarrassing,
Audience,
but
if you would
anyway.
please, put your fingers on your keypads. Let's try and help out. All vote now.
Yeah, I was thinking
Well,
Matron
they seem
of
pretty
Honor.
confident it's A.
I didn't want to say it, only to be massively
Well, there's
wrong.
a definite leader there.
I was actually thinking Maid of Honor for some reason, but Matron of Honor, yeah, it's definitely not.
You don't have to play this if you don't want to.
I do want to
Is
play
that
it.
your final answer? You had £1,000 guaranteed. You've now got £2,000.
Thank you, audience. Sometimes the audience can be wrong, even when there's 70-odd% of them. Thankfully, this wasn't one of those occasions. Yeah, this game has crashed a few times as well, and obviously I hope that doesn't happen here. Unless I've just given the wrong answer or something.
You are now just 9 questions away from £1 million and starting to look at some of the bigger jumps. But remember, the drops are pretty steep as well. Take a look at this for £4,000. Which official signs and symbols identify an article of precious metal?
There are quite difficult questions on this.
Assay mark,
But I think I know what this one is.
carat mark, guild mark,
Hallmark!
hallmark.
I took the word out of his mouth.
You're going for D. It's the right answer. You've got £4,000. Well done.
£4,000, nearly halfway through. When it gets a little serious now. See, I think these PS1 versions recreate the actual atmosphere of the show a lot better than the DVD games do.
Okay, going on. Question 8 coming up for £8,000.
I mean, sure, it's slower paced, but then that's what the actual TV show was as well. True.
Which pop star wrote the autobiography True?
That's a song by Spandau Ballet.
Simon Le Bon,
No.
Midge Ure,
No.
Phil Oakey,
No.
Martin Kemp.
Yes, aka Steve from EastEnders.
You're going for D.
Spandau Ballet, true.
Oh, I'd love to say you just won £8,000.
Say it then.
And I can. You have just won £8,000.
Thank you very much. Loading.
Okay, keep going if you want to. Here's question
Yes, I want
9.
to
You're
go.
doing really well. If you play and get it wrong, you'll drop £7,000. If you play and get it right, you'll double your money to £16,000.
Notice there's no do in this version like there was in the last version, but it flows freely, so.
Which title was held by the monarchs of Persia and Iran? Emir, Sultan, Sheikh, Shah.
Emperor, it's Shah, isn't it? I think it's Shah, because Shah means... Yeah, monarch, the emperor, yeah, I'm sure it's Shah.
You're going for D. You had £8,000. You didn't have to play. You did. It was the right answer. You just won £16,000.
One more away from the guaranteed 32,000, although I did ask the audience quite early on. But still, they get used. I mean, they do get more useless in the later questions.
You've still got 2 lifelines, 50-50 and phone a friend.
Phone a friends have quite a good reputation.
Right, you've got £16,000. Now you can take that 16,000, but you're just 6 questions away from £1 million.
Make it sound
Next
so
question,
simple.
if you go for it and you get it right, is worth a guaranteed £32,000. Have a look at it. Good luck.
So, what have you got for me here?
Which of these places is not a French ferry
Not a French ferry port.
Ostend, Boulogne, Calais, Saint-Malo.
I'm sure Ostend is in Belgium. So it's not a French ferry port, is it? I'm going to go Ostend.
So you think it's A?
Yeah, it's Calais definitely is. Quite famously.
You've just guaranteed
Yes!
yourself £32,000.
Thank you very much. £32,000 and 5 questions to go. And you'll see a check of my name on it in a minute. See, in the last game it was always to player 1, but this actually puts your name on the check, which is nice.
You got £32,000 guaranteed. It's in the bag. No one can take that away from you at this point. Now, the next question is worth £64,000. You might as well play this. You can't lose.
On the
Take your
PS2
time.
version, it puts the
Becoming
date on the
very big
check
money.
as well
Here
for
it
you,
comes.
because you set the date of the system's clock. That I did actually. I was rather impressed with 23 years ago when it came out. I don't know why.
In which city was Archduke Franz Ferdinand assassinated in 1914? Belgrade, Vienna,
I
Prague,
think I know this. Sarajevo. He was the Archduke of Sarajevo. That's what started World War One, and now we're on the brink of World War Three.
You had nothing to lose.
Let's not
my
get
friend,
into that now.
question. And you haven't. You just won £64,000.
£64,000. It just gets more and more tense now. You can feel the tension in this version of the game. It does recreate the atmosphere really well.
Now you're getting into really serious money territory. The next question is worth £125,000.
I'd say the things he says between questions, Chris Tarrant, are exactly the same as the first game. I think in this game,
from $1 million.
the only voice work
Take
you
your
did was
time.
just read and have the
You
actual
don't have
questions.
to play it, but here it comes.
It's nice that I don't have to do it myself. Oh, this is for 6 figures.
Complete the title of the book by George Grossmith, The Diary of a Busybody,
I think I know where this is going.
a Dead Body, a Somebody,
A Nobody.
a Nobody.
Diary of a Nobody.
You're going for
Final
D.
answer.
You had a cheque for £64,000. Not anymore. You've now got a cheque for £125,000.
3 questions to go. Can I do it? Well, we'll see. I've done it loads of times before, because like with the first edition, I've probably played this at least 500 times over the last 23 years or so, so some of these questions I probably do
You
vaguely
have
remember.
£125,000. Now you now have question 13 of 15 coming up. Take your time. It's worth £250,000 if you can give me the right answer. Good luck. Here it comes.
I've been playing for nearly 14 minutes now, and we're at the last 3 questions. That's this one. I know this.
Who was the lead vocalist in the pop group Fine Young Cannibals?
She drives me crazy. That's the
Richard
best
Winfall,
known hit.
Ronald Present,
No,
Robert Parcel,
no, Roland Gift.
Roland Gift.
Yes. Final
Going
answer.
for D. You had a cheque for £125,000. You no longer have that. You've now got a cheque for a quarter of a million pounds.
I'm a quarter of a millionaire. Like a full millionaire, only there's a quarter of me. Don't press on me now, whatever you bloody do.
Right, at this point, you are just two questions away from £1 million. If you do give me a correct answer to the next
Chris Tarrant
question,
himself,
you win £500,000. But if you give me a wrong answer, you lose £218,000. It's question number 14 of 15. Take as much time as you need. Have a good look at it. Good luck.
The penultimate question.
What is a felucca? Fish. Fruit.
I think it's a kind of boat or something.
Flute. Boat.
Yeah, it's a boat. It's a little. It's like a sort of a little shitty little thing that you have to sail yourself. I'm sure I've heard this. I think I've had this question before as well. I'm sure the answer was a boat. So I'm going for a boat.
D.
Come on.
You had a quarter of a million.
I think it's that sort of sailboat.
You didn't have to play this question. You decided you would.
It probably is a fish.
£218,000.
Nah, it's not. He's going to say you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Yes,
You just
I wasn't
won
wrong.
£500,000.
Oh, mate, it's a £1 million question despite you asking the audience on the
£500,000.
£32,000. Not bad at all. So let's hope this £1 million question's a good one. Well, at least I've got a 50-50 shot at least, haven't I? Might as well use the lifelines, even if I do happen to know the answer to this.
Well, you're doing brilliantly. Fantastic.
Chris.
£500,000. Now, there's a cheque waiting here with your name on it for £500,000. But we don't want to give you that.
No, you want to
We'd
give you
love to give you the
don't we?
next one, the big one. You are just one right answer away from £1 million. Now, have a look at it. At this moment, you can leave here quite happily.
Quite happily.
£500,000.
But not happily enough. I want the million.
Final question.
I've got, like I say, I've got at least a 50-50 shot yet, so let's see what we've got.
This is it.
Hopefully it's one about the Boom Ganymede or something. No.
In which city is Tegel?
I know this. I'm sure it's Berlin.
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 Bucharest.
I'm sure of it.
Budapest. Bonn.
Well, let's use the lifelines anyway. I think
Okay,
it's
you want to go
Berlin.
50-50? Use your lifeline. Computer, take away 2 wrong answers, please.
Yeah.
Leaving the right answer and the one remaining wrong answer.
Berlin and Bucharest.
Well, that's left you with A or B to choose from.
Yeah, I don't get to Bucharest. Let's phone it. Let's show you what
Okay, you want to phone a
does
friend.
anyway.
Now, let's call them,
It
but
might help, it
remember,
might
you
not.
don't
I'm
have
sure
to go along with
I'm definitely
what
going to
they
go for Berlin either way, but let's see what they say.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Ross. This is Chris Tarrant here on Who Wants to Be
What's
a
the
Millionaire?
boss?
Chris, how's it going?
Your friend here needs a bit of a favour, and they don't come much bigger than this, really, as favours. £1 million
Oh, yes.
is in the balance on this question. Your answer could win your friend £1 million.
£1 million.
I'll help if I can, Chris.
Right, Ross, no
No pressure, Ross.
But here comes the question and 2 possible answers.
It's only £468,000 if you're wrong.
Yes, I know this for definite because I had to go there on a business meeting last year.
Oh, how
Tegel
very convenient.
Airport is in Berlin.
See, he's confirmed it for me.
Cheers for your
He
help,
just
Ross.
happened to go there last year for a business
You
meeting.
can go along with Ross's suggestion of A, or choose another answer. It's
I want
entirely
to go C or D. Nah, Berlin, final answer.
You don't have to play this if you
Lock
don't
it
want.
in.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You just risked £468,000 by going.
It
for
was
that
a risk.
answer.
I knew it was a risk.
It was a risk, and you knew it was a risk.
And it was a risk worth taking.
But it was a risk worth taking. You have just won £1 million. That is fantastic. Congratulations. You are a millionaire on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Virtual millionaire. So, give me that check. There we are, I've done it again. £1 million. Yeah, I do. I mean, I have got a soft spot for the original, but this one is better. He reads out the questions. It's got a studio audience. And it saves your scores as well. I mean, I haven't put a memory card in on this occasion, but I have got a save file here where I've just taken up all the board full of £1 million and there's no room for any more. And it's a good thing that also, you know, saves what questions you get so they don't get repeated in the future. So I'd probably recommend this version if you've got a PlayStation.
Excellent. Here we go again with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
So that is the end of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2nd edition. I will be back with another game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire very soon. Bye for now.